horse's spine, and this one's quarter horse obviously because it's built downhill, yeah? The horse's spine is horizontal, it's not vertical. So logic has it, if we stick a rider's weight in the middle of that, logically, the horse is going to want to sag in the middle, yeah? Sags in the middle, what else do we call that as dressage people? Hollow in the back. Is that good? No. So what we need to do is to encourage the horse to act, even when you're sitting on it at the halt, to actively engage its muscles in its top line to lift its back up. And all while you're sitting there, if you crunch your tummy muscles sitting there as hard as you can, feel which way does your back go? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So that's why it's on the, okay, we have a bone coming up here. This is going to look suspiciously like an aeroplane. Okay, we call that, and we call them anything, a natural projection off a bone that's supposed to be there referred to as a process. This is a spinous process because it's on the spine of it. On the sides here, we have transverse process. Transverse meaning like a crossways. Again, not symmetrical, but we get it. Now, this is starting to get a little more interesting. We now have a rib, and you'll notice that the ribs aren't completely curvy. See how it's got a flat bit there? We can see that. That is because in here, you need a different colour. Let's use green. In here, you've got cartilage and ligament. Okay, soft tissue. Oh. Now, why would you need a soft tissue connection from the rib to the backbone? Put your hands here and take a deep breath. You probably need two hands.
Is it so like when they breathe,
it expands? Yeah. So definitely more curve here, like there is an actual angle there and there. And in here you've got like guts, stomach, blah, blah, musky heart, yeah? We have got muscle, top line muscle. So if you can imagine the horse, we need skin. Okay, so the blue's the skin. Now obviously, there's got to be something in there. And because we're doing green for soft tissue, because I just decided, we're going to put in this muscle is called longissimus dorsi or latissimus dorsi, depending on how far underneath the back of the horse it is. But basically, for the purposes of your explanation, that's top line. Now, you can see that my poor horse is underdeveloped on one side and it's developed quite well on the other. That actually happens in real life. I drew that on purpose like that. Not really, but lucky I did. The other thing that you can probably see is if this muscle was smaller, this blue line would come down and follow it. The horse is going to want to sag in the middle. That's nature. Okay? The horse has to fight nature. Now, if he's weak here, right, and you get a downward pressure, like you're going to get pretty much downward pressure that way on that rib and downward pressure that way on that rib. Because if you notice, the ribs handily have this little shelf there, and that's exactly what it's called, the shelf of ribs. The shelf of ribs supports the top line muscle, support its own back, which supports your saddle, which supports your weight. Now, there isn't any magic fix. Now, what I can do is I can come in and clean up all of these spasms, identify where there might be a recurring problem. Some horses are tougher than others. Some horses I see 3 times a year. Sometimes I see them 10 times a year. I have racehorses I see twice a week. But those are 3-year-old horses that are getting smashed, you know, because that's high impact work. Your horses I'll never need to see twice a week, or I'd be asking you what you do to it. Okay, you should have no pressure over this spinous process at all, none. Even a tight saddle cloth, I suppose you've got to pull your saddle cloth up. The spinous processes in the wither are even longer. They come right up to here, and this is why we're using milk crate to get on. You've got all your weight
Or a mountain
down,
block.
Or a mountain block. What did I say?
Milk crate.
A milk crate. Say it, yeah. Good old fashioned. A mounting block. Yeah. Okay, you've got your stirrup down here, you put your foot in, puts all your weight there. The wither is coming up a little higher into the front, you're actually pulling that way a little bit. Okay, and I can show that on the horse when we bring it in. That rolls over your vertebra, which makes that grab and that grab. Oh dear. So even though you might be good enough to get on without a mounting block, nearly said milk crate again, you shouldn't be doing it. Okay, it's aging your horse and it's making sit trot harder and it's making them harder in the back. Connection and the back muscles, it's all soft tissue there. They can cause you such inconveniences as a rider, and it doesn't matter how good you are, how skilled you are, how well your saddle fits. If this is all going on, the horse physically can't soften something that's got a muscle memory to be tight. Now, as I said, I can come in and take all that away. However, if the horse's education doesn't support, leg on means lift and bend in the rib cage, well, that's not going to make that happen either. That's where you still need your coach and you still need to train and you need to school. It's no point having a lesson once a week if that's the only time you get on your horse's back.